Hey folks, and welcome back to Pattaya. We are currently stood on Soi 4. Just around the corner here on 2nd Road between Sois 4 and 5 is the Pattaya branch of the VFW. That stands for Veterans of Foreign Wars. It's an American veterans organization. They help veterans is what they do. It's for veterans, but they also help their communities. Today is a day of service. They're out here cleaning up the Soi 4 and 5 will be cleaned. You can see the orange truck behind me. It's kind of sponsored by the city. That's from the city. They brought that out to collect the garbage that will be picked up. And it's always good to help clean up the community, especially the community you live and or work in or whatever. But there are other veterans organizations here from different countries. The British Royal, I'm not sure the actual names and where they are. There's I think it's Annex for Australia, New Zealand. There's a lot of these type things in town, depending where you're from. This is the American version of that. And I think they all probably do good work. If you've been around a while, like I have here in town, you may know that the VFW chapter was down on Soi 13-2, Soi Post Office. And it was a nice little chapter. It was like part of a restaurant or something. That's long been gone and vacated. And the new one here on 2nd Road is really something. I'll go up and show you around. It's a very nice post. It really looks like what I would imagine a VFW should look like. And I don't know, I kind of like the new place, and I might actually join myself. Anyway, we'll look around. Sorry, I've been a little ill this week. I might sound a little nasally or under the weather. I'm still not 100%, but I'm doing much better. So let's see what happens here and the Soi cleanup, and then we'll do some other stuff. I got a new shirt. The infamous Mr. Egg, Phil Ross. Look, he's opening up a new bar called, what, Rum Runners?
Rum Runners.
Which apparently is an iconic bar back in England where you're from.
It's kind of like the Tavern Club was in Liverpool, in my town, because there was a lot of bands launched there, like Black Sabbath, Duran Duran. I don't know if you've heard of them.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know they were British. I thought they were American. I don't know
if it reached over the other side of the Atlantic.
Oh, yeah.
I just wanted to catch you and say, I'll give you a T-shirt and say, thanks for doing everything that you do with it.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, man.
Thanks, man.
That's cool.
I got the same shirt that he's sporting there. So you're on Soi Bacau?
Soi Bacau.
The old Black Snake? Or
the old Black Snake. Okay. It opens in about 2 weeks, 3 weeks. And it's like a daytime rock and roll place.
But I guess the important takeaway here, if you guys know, he used to be on Soi Diamond, right off 2nd Road between there and Walking Street. That's closed, the old Le Pub.
Actually, it's not closed. There's a guy who's got it. There's a new guy who's got it, and we wish you all the best.
Okay, so it's still open, but you're just out of the picture.
But I've just moved on. I've moved on.
So anyway, if you came there to see Phil, he's no longer there. He'll be in the
Do you
Rum
remember
Runners.
COVID times when you used to? That was such a great. Do you know what?
And he used to serve pies. I went there to get pies.
Hot pies. As Charles Dickens used to say, it was the best of times, it was the worst of times.
That's very well put. All right, Phil, best of luck to you, man. Thank you. It's not all trash here on the streets. Last night, and I wasn't in Pattaya last night, I was home in Rayong. A huge thunderstorm came through, woke us up, and it looks like they got pretty much the same thing here, a big blow. There's a lot of like leaf and that kind of waste, although some of it probably been sitting here for a while. So a little bit of a spring cleaning going on. It is the 3rd of May. The Soi 4 where we are is largely a Soi of hotels, but behind me, this red brick building, you see that, is a hospital. So one of the big main hospitals here in town, I think there's, believe, 6 to 7 hospitals. That's one of them right there on Soi 4. The rest, maybe a couple little massage shops or something, but pretty much on Soi 4, hotels. So if you're the observant type, you might realize there's a lot of ladies wearing these blue shirts. That's what's called the VFW Auxiliary. So the auxiliary could either be a spouse of a member, or unfortunately, in many cases, it's actually a widow. So they're of course not a veteran of foreign wars, which is what VFW stands for, but they're a spouse or a widow. I know somebody's probably saying, there's more blue shirts than there are Western guys walking around. That's what it is. That's what it is. So as part of this day of service, the other thing, you'll see we've got the auxiliary members, some of the VFW members out here, but they've also recruited businesses here, whether the hospital, the hotels, to make it kind of more like a community day of cleanup, not just the VFW. So there's people out here from all the businesses as well helping. So altogether, it's a pretty big effort. All right, Soy 4 is done. We came down Second Road. Now Soy 5 behind me to go up there. I should have mentioned, it's only about 9 a.m. in the morning. So before it gets real hot, before we get an afternoon storm, this will all be done. It's only going to take about an hour or so here in the morning. And then I saw a place on the way in this morning that's new that I've never seen before that I want to go eat at. That's not hard to do. There's so much new here right now in Pattaya. And of course, moving away a year ago, it's a long time for a lot of stuff to set up that I know nothing about. Anyway, I'm excited to go try this place. We'll go there in a little bit. If you are an American veteran, if you have some history in an armed conflict, and you're living here, anywhere really around here, it doesn't even have to be Pattaya. You could live in Rayong, where I live, for example. This would still be a post you could join. The annual membership is about $50. But if you want a lifetime membership, that depends on your age. So I guess the younger you are, the more expensive it is. The older you are, the cheaper it is, kind of thing. Really don't know the figures. But just for an annual, kind of a straight up annual membership, $50 US. Anyway, let's go clean up Soy 5. Soy 5, a little bit more of a mixed bag. Still a good share of hotels, maybe more than its share of hotels. Like a couple of big spas here on this Soy and some other random things. Even an occasional bar or two. But Soy 4, Soy 5, mostly hotels. Getting close to the top of Soy 5, mostly done. I tell you what, that truck is almost full. Not full, but there's a lot of stuff in that truck. Bags and even some great big rubble that's just kind of abandoned on the side of the road. So big props to the city for bringing the truck out and for them coordinating all that. I think it really made this work out. So we're just about done. We'll come up to the top of Soy 5, then make the left on Second Road, and less than a block down there, that's where we started. That's where the VFW is located, directly on Second Road, at a place called Thai Plaza. I've never been in this Thai Plaza before, but quite a big place here on Second Road. Anyway, they have monthly meetings the second Tuesday of every month. It's around the middle of the day. So if you need any information or want to inquire, that's a good starting point right there. And it's a good bunch of folks. And like I said, not only helping veterans, but the community as well. Anyway, let's go get something to eat. And the way into town this morning, I couldn't help but notice this big sign over here on Pattaya Klang, the very, very top of Pattaya Klang by Sukhumvit. And it looks like a dim sum place, all stacked up with the bamboo steamers and all that. And I can actually see the steam coming out. So we've doubled back from Second Road after the cleanup. We're gonna see if we can get a bite of dim sum over here. So wow, we came in, I didn't know what to expect. All I saw was the sign about dim sum. And I'm very pleasantly surprised. Thank you. This is totally different than any place I've ever been in Pattaya, especially dim sum. I've been to dim sum buffets, straight up dim sum. I've been around, I like it once in a while, and I haven't had it probably over a year. But this place, they've got a whole row. When you walk in, they've got a whole row of refrigerators, the kind of refrigerators that they usually keep like Cokes and beers in when you go into a bar. They've got the glass door. There's no beverages in those. It's all little trays, little dishes of dim sum. And they've got it all clearly marked in English and priced. They start from 30, I think there's 30 baht, 40 baht, and 50 baht varieties, depending on what you want. So then they give you a great big metal stainless steel tray, and you go and you start shopping. You put whatever you want out of the cold box onto your tray. And I'll show you, we went through and grabbed we grabbed about a dozen things. We grabbed our share, put it that way. So you grab till your heart's content, whatever will fit on the tray. And then you go up to the cashier. That's where you rung up. So they ring up all your little dishes. Now keep in mind, these dishes are raw. They have not been cooked yet. So once you pay, they'll put it in the steamer back there. And that's all the steam that I saw from the street. They're steaming everybody's dim sum right there. Every table has a number. We're at table 20. You tell them your table number and you pay, and then they'll steam up your dim sum and bring it to you. You're all caught up. That's where we are too right now. we're sitting at the table waiting for our freshly steamed dim sum. It's fantastic because, one, everything's going to come at once. It's no waiting like, where was this? Where's this? Didn't I order this? Didn't I order that? That always happens at dim sum. Won't happen here, I don't think, because I gave them everything at once. They popped the whole stainless steel tray into the steamer, and I think it's all going to come out on that same very stainless steel tray. So it won't be any, shouldn't be any discrepancy. And two, everything will be at once, so you can start picking at everything, mix and match. You don't have to wait. If you wanted to eat the meatballs with the shumai, with the hot cow, with the whatever. They have a decent selection. The selection is good. The selection's good. I'd give the selection a 7.5 out of 10. Then once you're being rung up, you also have the option for some heavier duty standalone dishes. Thank you. And we got one that just arrived right here. We got a juk. Lon ordered that, 80 baht for the juk. So things like that, you order a la carte. There's a little menu at the cashier when you check out. So they also have the bit long pieces of bread that go with that, the deep fried long pieces of bread. Not really bread, it's dough. It's deep fried dough. I said that wrong. Anyway, not bread. I can see the comments now. It's not bread. Dough, fried dough. Anyway, our whole bill, we got a bottle of water, and Lon got that. Our whole bill was 420 baht. 420. There we go. We blazed it. Now, here comes our stuff. Same stainless steel tray, and he's coming out right now. So let me dig into this, and then we'll get back. All right. So they were steaming hot. I had to spread it all out. I wanted to spread it all out and get a shot of it. So just as I suspected, they all came at the same time. So we got let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We got 11 of the dim sum dishes. Oh, really? Let's call that 10 because one's a dessert type thing. That's like a dessert. And Lon got the juk. So we got 10 dim sum dishes, and we got it all laid out here. We'll see how it is. I forgot to mention, they've got all the sauces and utensils adjacent to the cashier. So once you pay, you go over, and I've mixed up some of the sauce, the spices. They got spicy, not so spicy. They got the dark sweet soy sauce. Even have Thai nam jim. That's a nice addition, which makes sense because they're going to have a largely Thai audience. By the way, the place is, I guess, about a fourth full. I don't see another foreign face here. This is one of those places, I don't know that the foreigners are frequenting this, but it looks like it's pretty legit dim sum. So let's try one at least. Oh, look at that. A beef ball. It's got the tofu skin on it. A little heavy-handed on the hot oil. All right, I got some soy sauce mixed in with my hot oil. I said it's been a while, a little rusty. I basically got a big dose of straight hot oil, but so far everything's been delicious. I really like the concept here. I like that. Pick it out, pay for it, steam it, and eat it. You know, dim sum in Hong Kong was always the carts. They pushed the carts around. But I don't know, about in the early 2000s, seems like they started getting away from that. They wanted the dim sum restaurants to be like order a la carte, which didn't lend itself perfectly to the cuisine. I think this works. It is a little bit self-serve, like a kind of a buffet type thing, or a cafeteria where you have to actually take a part in getting your food to you. But I think it does lend itself very nice to this style of cuisine, and I'm happy to see it. I'm happy to see it right here in Pattaya. Anyway, we're going to enjoy.
So very good. This place is called Kaishen Kaishen. I guess I'm saying that right. You know, I came into town for the cleanup crew, of course, but I had no idea what I would be eating. I knew I'd find something new, and the first turn we made into town off Sukhumvit Road, there this place is sitting right there on the left. I said, we've got to try that. It was very good, and I think a welcome addition to the otherwise big melting pot of various cuisines found in Pattaya. So give them a try. It's not going to break the bank either when you're talking 30, 40, 50 baht a dish. A big special thanks to all the folks over at VFW Post 9876 for inviting us and making us feel well at home. You know, short story, I went to join the VFW about 30 years ago when I first got out of the service, and I was told at that point, they said we're only accepting members that either served during the Vietnam conflict or the Korean War. And I said, well, that doesn't include me then. I was only a little kid during Vietnam and not even a glint in my father's eye for the Korean War, so I guess I'm ineligible. And I left, and I just never gave it a second thought. I guess I just said that's not something that I can join. But nowadays things are different. So if maybe you're in the same boat as I am, they do accept members from the Gulf War conflict, etc. So it has changed. You might want to go and reapply if you were ever denied before. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the episode. Something else next time. But for this one, I've got to go ahead and leave it off right here. And as usual, I'll thank you for watching. And until next time, bye for now.